Where to?
Well, it's part of Corona. Actually, can't overnight camp for a start.
Not overnight camping.
That side
We live in our vans, so we can't be moved on.
I mean, your colleagues came up yesterday as well. We explained the situation up to. We were up at Mamtor, as you may be aware of.
Are you from Derbyshire?
No, from Sheffield.
All right. Well, Derbyshire know all about it. We've got a reference number. We've got a.
This falls on edge of Woodseats Police Station. Derbyshire is like that side of car park.
Yeah.
We've been sent from Sheffield.
Yeah. We've been isolated since lockdown began. Up Mamtor. Last week we didn't get moved on, but the council started to be a bit funny about it. So we just moved to here, and we've been here ever since, and we're going to stay here until lockdown's over, till we can get back to work.
How long have you been here then?
Been a week, just under a week.
Yeah, just under a week since we got the letter.
Well, I think what's happened is I think one of the neighbourhood teams has come past and seen you.
We've had a police visit every day.
All right.
Yeah. Derbyshire were here last night, chatting to us like normal.
Well, one at Sheffield neighbourhood teams obviously have come onto the boundary of their district. I don't know if they've spoken to you today, but they passed it to their inspector, and we're doing all COVID jobs tonight.
Right.
So they've got hold of us and said, can we have a drive out here?
We had was it wasn't Sheffield, it was South Yorkshire or something.
Yeah, it will be Sheffield, yeah, South Yorkshire.
So it'll be Sheffield. Yeah, that was yesterday, came yesterday.
Holiday makers as such.
Okay.
I'm kept away from it.
The South Yorkshire inspector is adamant that you've got to move on from here because you're breaking COVID rules by being here.
We're not breaking COVID rules, that's the thing. You can be as adamant as you want, we're not breaking rules. If we move anywhere, we're non-essential travelling then. We're breaking COVID rules at that point.
What they're saying is, the site clearly said you can't stop over. That's what they're saying, this council as well. So we're enforcing the council
but that's not a police matter.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been told to do, so you have to go, I'm afraid.
No. We're not going to go, are we? Where are we going to go? Right? Have a look. Lorraine, show them the letter from the government, right? There's a letter from the government to all councils to say that they are being funded to look after people like us, and we're not asking for anything from them. They're meant to look after us, and they're not doing. We're just being moved on, and we are moving.
Where do you base yourself when you work then?
I'm working Stoke, but I'm from Sheffield. Well, I work in the Midlands, but
so we're all local. I mean, usually what we do is
I work around the Midlands doing different kinds of work, and then I'm from Sheffield, where my family are from.
So you've got no family home?
No, we live in our vehicles.
I mean, ideally, I'd prefer to be in a house.
If you can provide us somewhere to go, then we'll go somewhere. But we can't just move on because you're going to move us somewhere else, and we're just going to move somewhere else, and you're going to have to move us from there. We've just moved from Mamtor, where we stayed at Mamtor for 7 weeks, and we had the police every day, but not. The police weren't questioning us every day. The police were doing welfare checks, making sure we're all right. But then one guy from the council brought some letters around saying that you shouldn't really be here. So we thought, you know what, we'll just move rather than have hassle. We've moved to here.
It's the same council, Derbyshire Council, asking you to move here.
Right, well, it's Derbyshire Council's responsibility to find us somewhere to go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Apparently they've also put a complaint in.
Yeah.
It's coming over to us
they can find us somewhere to go then.
Yeah, because
that's how it's
eviction.
We tried all last week. We were trying. We had a contact number from Derbyshire Council that we were trying to phone. They dropped the letters on our vans last Friday with a number to call. With Sarah Bond or something. We've all tried calling her. I've emailed her. I've sent messages on Derbyshire Council's Facebook page. She's not getting back to us, and they were meant to meet us Monday morning, and nobody came. So we came here, kept out of the way, kept our heads down.
The problem is if we do move, where do we move to? And you're just going to be back in an hour. It's just, you're going to be driving around.
We'll move back to Mamtor if you want.
I mean, if you can suggest a local spot, then...
For 2 months now.
Yeah, it's way okay. I mean, if you look at COVID rules, obviously, because you're in camper vans, it says no living out in camper vans. It's you visit a park and go back home.
It's not
what about
there's no camping, we're not camping, we're living there. And there's the rules here on this letter from government.
So where do you normally reside in your vans?
Council.
By rights, the council should be providing us somewhere to go. They should be providing us showers, fresh water, toilets and all that. We've not asked for any of it.
I mean, at least if we could open up a dialogue with them, then something could get set up.
They should have done the council should have done a welfare check and come to see us and sent their liaison officer to come see us and speak to us. They haven't. They're just the one guy from the council that's causing all this trouble is just seems to be working alone. He's not following any council rules. He's just trying to be a bully and complaining about things.
Yeah.
And it's, you
Well,
know,
we're a bit stuck in middle.
No, you are.
No, I know.
I
I know. It's
appreciate
not
your
your fault.
That's why I want the council to come so they can
We've
keep
got our
calling
estates
you.
on one hand say,
Well, basically, they're wasting your time.
Again,
doing it themselves.
if you're going to say to us either move or we're going to repossess your cars or we're going to arrest you, we'll move. We're going to move somewhere else. And then yeah, exactly.
You can't do that.
No.
I know what you're saying. You're going to move somewhere around corner and
Yeah.
then you go back to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But just
it's
understand
out the
also,
way
we're
of
not
it.
doing that to be dicks. We're doing that because literally we have no choice. Yeah.
I wish you could. It was a beautiful view up there, you know. But,
Well, yeah,
It's just nice here. actually.
well, yeah, it's quite nice here as well. But I mean, that's all I do. You know, we don't want to be. If we're in a town and all parked up on the road, we'd be a nuisance. So you come out to
And
the
then you
peaks to
get
get away,
vigilantes as well.
and then you get vigilantes.
threatening
I mean, some of the horror stories that happened with van life when the lockdown started, people like giving death threats and stuff. Unfortunately, Connor's had quite a few of them, saying they're going to come and burn your vans down and stuff like that. So, if anything,
The general public think that we're just on a jolly and on holiday, camper vanning, but we're not. This is how we live, and that's it.
The council come along and either give us somewhere else to go, that's just maybe one of their own car park fields or something, then we'll go there. Or a sign to say these people aren't camping, so you stop getting the public complaining, and then they stop wasting your time.
The Derbyshire police, when we were at Mamtor, the villagers of Castleton, some villagers were making complaints, and in the end the police were just saying, we know they're there, just leave them alone, they're not doing any harm. And it wasn't that they were complaining that we were doing anything, it was just they are there. And they were phoning the police all the time. Some people there shouldn't be there.
Well, then we'd have other locals who'd come up and be like, have you got enough water? Have you got everything you need? And
But it's just that the people don't understand, it's just the people that don't
it's a strange world at the moment, isn't it? But just a bit,
Right, well, we'll see what they say. I'll see it go.
I think the best thing is if the council come themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least if we can understand each other's point of views and try and come to a resolution, then everyone wins.
The difficulty is if the council do as they're supposed to do, it's going to cost them money. The best thing they can do is just leave us to it, and we'll just look after ourselves, and that's it. But if not, they're going to have to provide us proper places to go. And no, but we don't really want that anyway. And
then we'd be putting all sorts, and that would cost the taxpayer loads. So I don't know.
Well, that letter that Lorraine's got, that says that's from central government, that says that all local councils have been given a pot of money to look after people, travellers, people that just van dwellers, homeless, everything. They've been given a pot of money to look after these people while the COVID Act is in place.
I appreciate it's nothing personal with you.
But literally, we have a police visit every day, and Derbyshire are just like, how's it going? Are you alright? Do you need anything?
I come out to all the time to Albion Sheffield, but we don't generally police inside, we police more. 31 and then one side. So it's a check out for us. And, to be fair, I thought it'd just be a few people with your touring camper vans that are just
it has been busy with them as well, but
we can't go away to a caravan site, so we'll just go out here.
It's to find the ones that are just doing one night overnight camping, so you need to come up here early in the morning, and they're all over there. And then
it has been really busy. It has.
But we've hidden ourselves up the back here to keep out of everyone's way, because we've been isolated for 2 months now. We don't want to mix with people either.
Right, we'll see. I think he's speaking soon, so I'll see what he says.
Yeah, alright then. Thank you. Have a cigarette.
Yeah.
Basically what he said is, this is South Yorkshire, and he's saying you can't stop on here. If he says you want to go back to Mamtor and let Derbyshire deal with it, it's entirely up to yourself what you want to do, but you won't
if we go back up to Mamtor, or we get up to £1,000 fine.
Right. Is there anywhere else you can go to Derbyshire then, out of the way?
The council needs to. We're not going to move tonight. I'm telling you that now. We're not going to move, and you have to send. I'm not being a dick. It's not your fault, I know, but we're not going to move, and the council needs to come here and deal with this situation, because moving us on from one place to another is non-essential travel. We're following the rules. They're not.
But the thing is, technically as it stands, you can travel. You know you can travel.
You can travel now, yeah.
Yeah, you can travel.
You can move the book travel up guidelines, so you can travel. I can go out to Cork for a day now, so I could go to East Coast. Yeah. That won't be open when I get there, but I can go to East Coast travel now. So they have opened, they've extended them rules.
Right.
Now. You have got the right to travel. Nobody will stop you from
Yeah, but you're not allowed to stop anywhere overnight. Yeah. You're only allowed to travel and return to home.
You're just moving problem on, and it's again, it just left us to it until this is over, so we can all go back to our families and back to work and that. Well, they're going to have to do something about it then, because we can't move.
I'm asking you now, are you refusing to move?
Yeah.
Right, so what we have to do then, we have to report to the what we don't have to do. We have to get more teams
but
out.
also, evictions are on hold while the Coronavirus Act is in place as well, so you can't evict us. And again, I'm not being a dick about it, but evictions are off. You can't. You couldn't move travellers on. Okay. Again, just let them know that we're not trying to be dicks about it, but we're going to be moved on again. So you're just going to move us to somewhere else. All right. Cheers. No, it's fine. Honestly, that's not about you. Just it's a ridiculous situation that we're all in. All right.
We'll do that way. We'll let him know that you're prepared to go first thing in the morning.
Yeah, but we are just going to move back to there, and it's just going to be the same problem, isn't it?
Any more issues? That's all. We just don't.
We're not. Yeah, like Liam says, we're not trying to be dicks, and I think you can appreciate
See what he
that.
says.
Yeah.
Just all.
Yeah. We can try and see what they say about that, and just show.
It just seems strange that up there the police were sound and the council were not very nice. Down here, you're telling us that you can move us on, but up there they said they couldn't move us on, and it's just like Chinese whispers. You know what I mean?
As it does work though with evidence, certain policies are different to others.
Yeah.
Well,
What if we weren't moving, what are you actually going to do?
We'll do physically probably nothing at the moment here, but
No, but like, are you going to come back mob-handed and physically move us?
We'll revert it back to an officer's inspector's call and what he wants to do.
We just want to get on.
I've got an agreement to meet by the morning.
That's what I'm working to get hold of in a minute.
Yeah, less resources for you, less of a problem for us, and we'll move on.
You don't want to mess about, we'll be tired, but you're happy to move first thing in the morning if he's happy with that.
Yeah, I think that's an agreement.
But you need to understand that we're moving the problem on. It's not solving a problem, is it? It's moving it.
We'll do it now because obviously you're being sound and everything. So
what about if we move all vans to that side at car park?
I don't think it makes
I wish it was.
I mean, this is one thing as well. With the amount of police visits we've had, I feel like we're now sort of wasting police time with the amount of people that are. It's just nuts. You lot are always coming out and speaking to us and getting the same story and going away.
Now you're coming to South Yorkshire's area. I think we've got the Derbyshire Council now ringing South Yorkshire.
Honestly, it's just ridiculous. We just want to get on with.
I'd quite like the council to come out and speak to us
situation.
themselves and tell us what they want us to do. But then again, the last man who come out shut the dog's head in the door and drove off swiftly. So he didn't want to know. And he had police back up and left the police to deal with it.
And even the police then said, "Look, this isn't us."
Yeah, even the police said it's the council.
It's a mad situation, but if you can try and come to that agreement, that'd be appreciated. It makes life easier for everyone.
Yeah, no problem.
No worries.
Right.
So what inspector's saying to start with is whether you can prove this is your residence.
Yeah.
Have you got proof that this is where you live in these vans?
What kind of proof do you want? Where my socks and pants are? Yeah.
I think what he's trying to say is, do you have houses?
I don't have a house. No.
Is there any way that you can prove that this is your place of living in these vehicles? Not in this site, obviously, but in these vehicles.
I mean,
well, I haven't got a house. My van's registered at my parents' house.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
I can't.
I've got a care of address, which is a friend's address, which is where my van's registered to. Where I get my post from and all that, but I don't have a house.
My parents are at their house.
It's kind of, because where he's going with it, it's basically, and obviously we deal with things like this all the time. Yeah. He's sat in an office with these things. These people are just having us on here.
No.
So
because he's not met you or seen you, so we're trying to explain.
Everything that's happened over the last 2 months has been documented.
Yeah. Well, that's what he's asked us to do now. So, the colleague's trying to get in touch with Derbyshire now. He's going through control room.
Yep.
And if depending on what we get back on incident report through Derbyshire, if it satisfies the inspector, then we'll be on his way.
Yeah. that.
But he's obviously got to cover his back because he's got to start from his rules. And
yeah,
his
yeah,
rules
no,
are
that's fine.
what
That's
you're
fine.
doing
That's sound. But PC Mason is the guy. Basically, he gave us his name. He said, "I will be the designated officer to speak to." Anytime we've had, because Derbyshire obviously is quite a big place. There's different units from everywhere. When they've turned up at Mamtor at daft o'clock in the morning and said, "What are you doing here?" we just say PC Mason. They ring that through, and then on the way. That's what's happened every time.
So that what you've got is just a standard government.
I've got a couple actually. This is another one about managing unauthorised encampments, which we are, and it's saying that we must be left alone.
I think what's happened is some MP or some councillor from around here is the one that's gone to Sheffield to make a phone call. So obviously they've got to
that's fine.
satisfy the MP that's put a complaint in. So the inspector's obviously not just going to go, yeah, whatever, we'll just leave them there.
No.
It's got to, because he's got to answer to MP now. What are we doing about it?
Well, can the MP come and speak to us then? We tried to contact him.
So he's obviously got to.
Are you kidding?
Why would I kid you?
Well, no, I mean,
That's the number they gave us. I said
our control's been on to Derbyshire Control and said there were 2 reports. They only come through as 2 reports, 2 incidents.
Amazing.
One that came through that you were taking wood out of woods and it were a protected area, and the other that your dogs were vicious. But that could be somebody reporting it who just wants to get rid of you. Who's saying your dog's vicious.
I think that was
I've got a feeling I know who that was as well.
Yeah,
that woman with her dog off the
Quite
leash.
clearly your dogs aren't vicious.
No.
I don't know what about wood, whether you were taking wood from a protected area. I
well,
don't know.
the park ranger up there said that there was wood on the
So
floor.
At the moment, they're saying that they're the only issues that the reports that have been made, but that's because they've searched, obviously, a group of vehicles up near Mamtor. The incident number they're saying doesn't correspond to everything.
That's the one he gave
the 2 incidents, the wood and the dogs, have been closed anyway. We haven't got back in touch with our inspector at the moment, but his stance before finding any out or any evidence that you lived in these was that if you wasn't going to go tonight, we've got to issue COVID tickets out.
Okay, but we're not breaking COVID rules.
Yeah, we're
we're
not
doing the
breaking
complete
COVID rules,
opposite.
so it wouldn't
But
stand up with it.
in respect of you living in a camp van, you're supposed to be no. I know what you're saying, but we've told him that you're not a holiday maker, you're living out in your vans, but in his eyes, you shouldn't be living out in your vans. But like you're going to say to me, well, where do I go then?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you have all the vehicles registered, then how do you do that?
Well, I use my parents' address.
Yeah.
You can have a look at like we were just discussing before you came up. How do we prove that we live in our vans? Literally, all my stuff is there. Everything I own is there. So
I know, but
look,
I know. I appreciate what
we
you're
were saying. You can't prove that you do.
I can't prove that till you're stuff you don't live in a van. Obviously we can run through a phone every number plate on here. It always comes back to an house. Somebody's from Chesterfield. Somebody's from Chesterfield, aren't you?
I'm from Chesterfield.
So, I don't know, we'll have to go back to it again in a bit with a key holder in, but I don't know. That was his stance at the moment. If you weren't prepared to go, we've got to issue COVID tickets out.
Well, we were just looking for another local car park, but you're just going to come back down, aren't you?
So what do these COVID tickets, what are they?
The COVID breach tickets, the £100 fine.
And it says what? That we're camping.
Well, you're breaching. I know, you're breaching COVID regs because you're living out in a van and you should be back home, which you haven't got nowhere to go to. So,
exactly. So
we're trying to tell Inspector this.
I mean, there's a whole there's a whole community.
We've got no disrespect towards you at all.
No, but there is a whole community of people that live in vans, caravans, boats, on the bloody street. Like
he asked whether you could prove you live in your vans, and I don't know how we do that.
If he tells us how we do it, then we'll do it.
Apart from loads of possessions and all my documents and everything else
all of our belongings,
weekender wouldn't carry with them. I don't think many weekenders take the birth certificate with them and all the documents and everything else.
So you got all them in your van?
Everything,
I haven't.
So that could be one of the things we go back and say, that you've got all your personal documents.
I've got all my pictures of my child up on my wall and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that could be the evidence that you want. We could go back and say you've got your birth certificate, you've got all your things you'd carry to get on in life, national insurance
passport, V5 registration, all my vehicle documents.
No, I don't though, because I leave them
Everything
with
goes
my mum
back
and
to your
dad, and if I need them, I get them, but I can't.
I've already told him that obviously you wouldn't go back to your parents because you've been out here.
I can't
and you don't
go
want to
there. They're really old and they're already ill. I can't. go and get anything from them at the moment.
We were kind of turning his head a bit at one bit. So
I mean, I can get them to throw them out the window if I have to.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one. I'm trying to think of ways I can prove it to you, but I can show you lots of things, but you can just turn around and go, well, it's not really proof, is it? You know.
Alright. Okay, you understand what it says? I'll tell you for the time on it. It says because at time, it says if you stay here tonight, it says then you move on in the morning.
But they're well aware that we're just going to move somewhere else and you're going to have to deal with it again.
Yeah, probably, but we've explained it all.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
We've said how you're living and that, and he said basically on what we've seen then that he wants you off our section.
Wow.
Because he's getting.
Who's this MP that's complained?
I don't know. We don't talk like that.
Right. Okay.
And how far would we have to go before routes to your borough? How far would we have to go before routes to your
Well, from it, yeah, literally. I think this car park is our boundary, to be fair. Anything that way is Yorkshire. Yeah, I think you just go on to South Yorkshire, this car park. I didn't even know this was South Yorkshire. To be fair, yeah, because I think Fox thingy on corner, where the pub is, I think down that road to this car park, which I didn't even know myself, is ours.
That's where we were thinking. I mean, obviously before.
Yeah, if you go that way, I think you're moving back on Sheffield.
But we could move on to Ankirk Road, and then you're going to be back.
Yeah, I know.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, we'll agree to move in the morning. We appreciate your help with that.
Yeah.
And then we might see you with
Right.
We'll put the kettle on next time.
Yeah, stay warm tonight.
All right. See you later.
No worries.
Thank you.